Okay. Hello. And thank you for taking the time to chat with me. Congratulations to you both on an amazing end to this run of Love Victor. Bibi, I'd love to start with you. Things with you and Anthony's character Felix came to an end last season, but now you both found yourself a new love while simultaneously, Bibi, you sort of gained a sexual awakening and sort of learned who you really are, similar to Victor in season one. When you
Mhm.
came into this season, did you have those similar thoughts of sort of having your character of Lake have a lot of parallels to what Victor went through a couple seasons ago?
I did think about that, and it's funny because I a good friend of mine, his name is Marcos, and he writes on our show, and we talked about that, like maybe potentially, Victor kind of like having a moment with Lake and like having a conversation where maybe Victor talks about his experience and sort of like helps Lake out a little bit, because especially in like the first couple episodes of season 3 you see Lake kind of like not really sure where she stands and like not quite understanding you know what she's going to do. Like she just like isn't necessarily super comfortable yet in that scene, like with Ava and me on the bed and all of that stuff. So we talked about maybe like that like happening, and even though like that wasn't we didn't have time to have that sort of conversation be seen on the show. I like to think in my head like that is something that happened, while the cameras weren't rolling, is Lake and Victor having that moment together, which is maybe why Lake sort of gains a little bit more confidence as season 3 goes on.
Right. And you mentioned Ava, and I wanted to ask about you working with her because
Mhm.
this was obviously a very intimate dynamic between the two of you. Ava's someone who was not around season one or much of season two. So coming into season three, what was that working dynamic like working with her so closely, someone who you didn't necessarily know too well
So
before?
amazing. So actually, Ava and I knew each other before Love Victor. We have a mutual friend, and we were at their house and met each other while I was filming season 1, actually. And so we were sort of friendly and had a rapport before she started the show. So the moment that she was cast, in fact, I actually texted like Isaac Aptaker and was like, I think you should really cast Ava Capri as Lucy. And Isaac was like, we literally already auditioned for her. We literally just auditioned her and think that she's our Lucy. And I was like, that's incredible, because like I'd been wanting to like work with her for a really long time, and so it was really really great, and she is just like the most communicative and like thoughtful, and so it was so easy to do scenes with her, especially like the more intimate scenes, because she's always just like thinking about you and your comfortability, and it really is like teamwork, and she's great.
Yeah. And Rachel, on the flip side, whereas BB starts this new relationship in season three, we see this continued sort of relationship drama between Mia and Andrew, where we witness Andrew being an incredibly selfless boyfriend, always there for your character, Mia, but perhaps at his own expense of needing to maybe worry about his own future. Can you speak to the journey that Mia and Andrew went on in this season?
Yeah, Andrew. Um, yeah, I think I feel like their relationship is one of those. It's like you're just always kind of headed in that same direction, even if sort of things come up or like deter you, you kind of are always you always find your way back in that line. And I think that's a lot of their it's kind of speaks to their journey. I think they're just so connected and probably soulmates in a lot of ways. And I think they both, well, Andrew certainly recognizes that maybe before Mia does. Um, and I think, yeah, I mean, I think it's a complicated sort of relationship to be in at that age, because you are so young and you are figuring out yourselves individually and your paths and futures. And so I think, yeah, it gets a little complicated at times, but I think they ultimately find the balance. I think Andrew's just super sweet and trying to be that rock for Mia in such like a chaotic time in her life. Yeah, I like where they end up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was wonderful seeing both of your journeys this season and for it to come to a conclusion with the end of Love Victor. But yeah, BB, Rachel, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Have a great rest of your day.
You as well.
Thank you, Max.
Bye.